Second?
Second by Jim Banash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 3, public input. Is there anyone wishing to address the Board of Public Works? Again, anyone wishing to address the Board of Public Works? Third and final call, anyone wishing to address the Board of Public Works? If not, we'll move on to 4, review and consideration of Spruce Street road width as part of the 2017 utility project. Jared?
In your packet tonight, you'll see that I sent out a letter dated February 14th, 2017. I did talk to a couple of the residents along that street. One of them had no concerns, and the other one really didn't care either way. So I haven't heard any negative comments. I know Alderman-person Muth is in the audience. Did discuss it with him, and I don't think he has received any comments neither. So
That's correct. Yeah, with that said, I make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second by Jim Banash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. As a matter of record, when we go through 5 and all the rest of these, we're going to approve those today, but that's contingent upon the sale of bonds next week. As we explained, we never sign off on that, but someone out there might want to double check to make sure we got it right. So with that said, review and consideration of bids for fire engine and pumper, including equipment for unit.
in your packet tonight, you'll see the bid tabulation from the 2017 fire and rescue engine bid opening that occurred on February 17th. If you look at the fourth column over, you can see the base bid of the 3 vendors that did bid. In this bid, there were specifications and costs supplied. In looking through the bids, the Rosenbauer Commander 4000 MP3 did not meet the specifications and was missing items, actually. So the fire department, through their analysis and their committee, did not go with that bid. They actually recommended the Pierce Impel Puck Rescue Pumper. And with that, if you go to the far left-hand column, you can see the base bid with the pay at the order. So we can receive a substantial discount if we pay when the order goes in. That would put the unit at $550,593. Also included in your packet tonight is a letter dated March 7th, 2017 from the fire chief that outlines the purchase of the fire rescue engine and the equipment needed for that engine to outfit it. So tonight we're bringing forward the prepayment of a fire rescue engine from Reliant Fire Apparatus, which would be a Pierce unit, for $541,336. That is with the deduct of the hydraulic hose reel. And also extrication equipment for Reliant Fire Apparatus for $28,100. Loose equipment for the truck from a vendor by the name of District 2 for $10,091.65. And also a ventilation chainsaw from Asa Lacrosse for $1,475.99. Total amount is $581,00364. If you look down the bottom of that letter from the chief, included in the 2017 capital improvements budget, we did have $573,000. We will be getting $10,000 in a trade. We'll be putting the unit out for sale. Pretty sure we're going to get a minimum of $10,000 for that truck. That will give us a budget of $583,000. So everything we have today would fit within the budget. And with that, fire chief is also here. Would open it up for questions.
I have no questions. I think we answered all that when the capital improvements budget came through. So with that said, I make a motion through the amount of $581,003.64 to cover the vehicle and the related equipment as identified by Jared. That's contingent upon our bonds being sold next week.
Second that?
Second by Jim Banash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all of you the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. 6, review and consideration of proposal for a single axle truck equipment package. Again, Jared.
In your packet tonight, you'll see we opened bids on February 23rd for dump box plow wing and equipment for the single axle truck that will be used for snow plowing by the street department. Our recommendation tonight is for universal truck equipment, which is the second bid that you see here. For the dump box plow wing, option A for auto chains. We did not elect to take option B or C, and then we elected for option D for a trailer hitch. And we'd also request we partake in option E, 2 75-gallon tanks and 3 108-gallon tanks. And these are plastic tanks that replace the stainless steel tanks we have in our present units. We're seeing that the stainless steel tanks are starting to get pinholes and release liquid when they're filled. and they're moving when we're using the trucks for hauling and getting something in the truck. With that, we would have a total, with those items, would be $86,563 from Universal Equipment. Just as a budgetary note, we did already approve a cab and chassis for $73,345, would bring a total project budget of $159,908, and we had budgeted $165,000 in the 2017 capital budget.
Okay, make a motion to approve the project contingent upon the sale of bonds, the amount of $86,563.
Second.
Second by Joe Chills. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 7, review and consideration of proposals for mini excavator and trailer.
In your packet tonight, we've got a mini excavator bid tabulation that was also bid on Thursday, February 23rd. We did have 5 different units bid by, or 6 different units bid by 3 different vendors. In the bid package, we did opt for a mini excavator trailer. We did not option for option A, B, or C, and we did carry the option for D for the 5-year warranty. When you look at the specifications that were put out for the equipment and the size of the equipment, the bid that the street department is recommending is a Titan machinery. That unit is a Hyundai R609A. Once you add up the mini excavator trailer and the extended warranty, would be a total cost of $89,055. With that, we do have a tabulation of why we did get to that unit. Some of the units, the Volvo unit did not have a rear camera, no galvanizing in the trailer, no touch screen. One of the case units actually had a bigger tail swing on it, which is hindrance in our city cemetery. We had a certain specification for the amount of tail swing, and that did not meet it. So that's part of the reason that we went with the recommendation of the Titan machinery bid for the Hyundai, total of $89,055. Budgetary note, we did have $91,000 budgeted in the 2017 equipment replacement budget.
With that said, I make a motion to approve the bid accepted from Titan Hyundai R609A in the amount of $89,055 contingent upon sale of bonds.
Second that.
Second by Jim Manash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 8, review and consideration of proposals for tractor backhoe. Jared?
In your bid, or your packet tonight, you can see we also opened bids for a tractor backhoe on February 23rd. In your bid package, we did receive 3 bids from 3 different bidders. Going through the bids and the specifications, you can see tonight that the Yes Equipment was supplying a JCB unit, which was the apparent low cost. Once the staff went through this piece of equipment, I'm going to read some items from a memorandum from our crew leader in the utility side, from John Wyatt. In spite of being the lowest bidder, they missed the bid specs in 9 different areas and are 2.5 hours away for service or replacement parts. The most significant missed specs could cause safety concerns for employees as well as additional financial expense to the department. Some of these are ability to adapt to existing buckets and hammers that we have on site and the lifting capability of the boom. Also, these would be a safety concern as they would be pinned onto the backhoe and not factory produced for additional attachments. This would also add additional weight and lower the backhoe's lifting capacity. One of the biggest things I found was that a lot of the attachment controls on the JCB are foot controlled. The case and the Caterpillar model have them on the joysticks, so it's very easy, much easier for control. That is what we have currently in our current unit. We did contact City of Waukesha, had a case unit, and they told us about some problems that they had. Also with that, we've had the case unit in our fleet since 2005 and have experienced a beautiful use of it. And actually, you can see in the bid tabulation, we actually received a $41,000 trade-in for a unit that's 12 years old. So with that, it's within the budgetary amount. We had budgeted $95,000. The staff is recommending the Case 590SN from Titan Machinery for $87,390.
With that said, I make a motion the amount of $87,390 to the Titan Machinery contingent upon sale of beds next week.
Second.
Second by Jim Banash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 9, review and consideration 2017 pavement maintenance. Jared?
Item A, we've bringing forward some of our maintenance items this month. Some of them will be next month, but we've brought 3 forward this month. The first item is saw seal. We have Farner Asphalt sealers do this work for us. We're proposing to do approximately 8,000 lineal feet as part of, after the paving project is done in areas of the Country Club, Spruce Street, and King Street. Some of those will actually be done as part of the 2017 utility project. Price at $2.32 per foot would be a total cost of $18,560 to be paid out of the 2017 capital improvements budget as part of the pavement maintenance.
Okay, make a motion to accept the bid from Farner in the amount of $18,560.
Second?
Second by Jim Benash. Again, I'll just say the standards tape for everything that has to do with that bond issue.
Correct.
All right, good. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. B.
Item B is fiber patching of city streets. We're anticipating doing 40,000 pounds of fiber patching. 2 prices, we're recommending Farner Asphalt sealers at $1.54 a pound, which would be $67,200.
What was the amount again, Jared?
$67,200.
And I make a motion for the same.
Second?
Second by Jim Benash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. To C.
Purchase of fiber patching material. We've been purchasing our own fiber patching material to save sales tax and get it on site so we'd have it. My recommendation is to purchase the one whole semi-load of 45,000 pounds of material from Mid-States Equipment Supply for 41 cents a pound at a cost of $18,450. I'll make that in the form of a motion.
Second. Motion's made second. Discussion on the motion.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
It says the extension price here of $19,305. Am I looking at the wrong one?
Mid-States Equipment would be $18,450. Did I say the wrong vendor?
That one's Sherwin Industries.
Yep.
Okay.
Any further discussion on the motion? If not, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 10, review and consideration of tree removal along the waterfront park area. Jared again.
Included in your packet tonight, it's a very poor photograph. Got bleeded out during the copying process, but what we're looking at here is if on the waterfront area between Irvin Street and the spillway, Corps Engineers spillway, along the railroad tracks, there's a variety of trees in that area. Part of the long-range plan for the waterfront area is to hopefully accommodate better access to the spillway along this area. And one of the biggest things is the view shed from the new Great River Landing. Once the leaves get on, the view shed is hindered quite a bit by this. We did contact Strupp Trucking Incorporated regarding the removal of the trees along the Black River and the Burlington Northern Santa Fe railroad tracks. Due to the proximity of the railroad tracks, contractor must have railroad safety training, specialized railroad insurance, and railroad protection has to be provided. They would actually hire a spotting firm that comes in and would be there during 3 days of the work. That would be an outside firm that they would hire as part of this. Has to be even more training and communication with the railroad. We did budget $50,000 in 2017 capital improvements budget. Staff is still working with the Wisconsin DNR to ensure we have any necessary project permits for the project. But you can see I outlined 4.5 days of work with 3 days with the railroad protection. I feel we can get the majority of those trees down within that time and then dispose of them for a total project cost of $47,000.
Move to approve.
Second?
Second by Jim Benash. Under discussion, there is no bid requirement here, Fred, and this amount of money?
You bid this out, didn't you, Jared?
I actually did this. I'll talk with the attorney, but I got an email in just to confirm that after I talked to Fred on Monday. But this would be maintenance work.
Yep.
So it doesn't meet the statute for the need for public bid. The reason we did not solicit multiple bids is there's very few people that have this relationship with the railroad and the proper insurances.
Yeah, and that's good. The answer is, for me, is I don't know, and I just want to double check to make sure we're in the... Jim?
Just quickly, is this the same group that did the tree removal along 35?
Which tree removal?
When they were redoing Highway 35, I know we had a.
Oh,
there
no,
was some
that was
discussion.
that was a firm by the name of Zeelies, that did where the power line from the fish. Yeah, that's a firm by the name of Zeelies. They do a lot of work for the XL Energy power line company. But this is actually more of a trucking, excavating firm, but they do damage work for the railroad, so they have a relationship with the roadmaster, the railroad policies. Here's just a quick example. When we were down there looking at the site, he goes, I need to be 15 feet from the railroad track to use my cell phone, because if somebody sees me, I will get in trouble just because I have the certification. So, I mean, it's just, there's a multitude of rules and regulations that they need to follow.
Thank you.
We did vote on that, did we, Fred?
No.
Okay. Any further discussion on the motion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 11, review and consideration of archaeological service for 2017 utility projects. Jared again.
In your packet, you can see a letter from Mississippi Valley Archaeology Center to include 3 days of field work for monitoring and preparation of their request to disturb. That has to go to Wisconsin State Historical Society, and a follow-up report that will list any findings that they have. They have a cost of $4,770. I do not envision this area as it's within the archaeological sensitive zone that's outlined that we'd have to have it done, but it's not in the archaeologically hot area. I consider that like the waterfront was in. So we've actually did a project, Kevin, 2 years ago, a block up. Yeah, 13. So 2013, we did a project to block up, never found anything, we were fine, but we still have to have the archaeologists there. So the one thing I would note is if human remains or features are found, obviously that's not part of the cost that they're giving us today, but.
Okay, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Jim, you want to take? I'm going to get a drink of water.
Okay. Moving on to number 12, review and consideration of bids received for the 2017 utility project. Jared?
Tonight, I handed out on your desks, we opened up 4 bids today, the first of which is on the top page, so if we can refer to those handouts that I handed out. We did receive 5 bids for the 2017 utility project. The low bid was from Gerke Excavating for $807,946.35 for the base bid. We did have an alternate bid that we'd like to add to that for hydrant replacement at various spots within the city. Would bring the total bid to $834,498.92. Just for a point of information, the engineer's estimate was $981,000, which is what we had budgeted.
Make a motion to approve at $834,498.92 for the utility project.
Second.
All those in favor? Any discussion? Just have one thing, Jared. If you could bid alternate, could you just kind of explain what that might be?
The bid alternate is for replacement of various fire hydrants at various locations within the city. So we usually bid out, there's locations where we have fire hydrants that aren't operating the best. We want to try and replace them. We supply a hydrant from our city facility. We have a stockyard where we have hydrants, and then they would go through and replace them.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? On to number 13.
Thank you. Review and consideration of bids received for 2017 60-inch storm sewer repair project. Jared?
This would be the 4th page of your handout tonight, labeled South Kinney Storm Repair. We did receive 4 bids for this work. We are recommending Gerke Excavating as the low bid for $122,880.09. This work is working under a FEMA reimbursement. Kevin Schubert's been working with FEMA on ensuring that we're doing the proper paperwork, and we're hopeful that this will get reimbursed by FEMA. The original engineer's estimate was $153,065.
Okay, I'd make a motion to approve Gerke's bid.
Second?
Second by Jim Manash. Discussion on that motion.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
If I recall, Jared, what was the match for FEMA?
This would be 90-10. No? Oh, 12 and 8.
7.5 and 12 and a half.
Yep.
12 and a half will be our match.
We did budget in the capital improvements budget out of funds from the previously bonded bonding issuances that we have to pay for our share.
Okay, Fred?
No, it's good.
All right, good. Any further discussion on the motion? If not, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 14, review and consideration of bids received for 2017 tree planting project. Jared?
We'll be on the third page this time for the, or second page actually, for the spring tree planting project. We're recommending Krybeck Landscaping was low bidder at $98,448. We did have $120,000 budgeted through the capital improvements budget for this project.
Okay, move to approve.
Second?
Second by Jim Benash. Discussion on that motion.
Fred has his,
Fred?
Again, just to reiterate what Bielecki had stated, these are all contingent on.
Bonding going through. Yep.
Okay, any further discussion? If not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 15, review and consideration of bids received for 2017 stump grinding project. Jared again.
The third page shows that we received 3 bids today. We recommend Krybeck Landscaping at the low bid of $21,004, and that is included in the capital improvement budget, and an amount $25,000 was budgeted.
Okay, move to approve.
second?
Second by Jim Benash. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion carries. 16, review and consideration of nominal payments for temporary limited easements for Riders Club Road Project 5991-02-56. Jared.
In your packet tonight, you have the nominal payment parcel report. We are proposing to offer $5,550 in nominal payments for temporary limited easements as this for the Riders Club Road portion of the project. We will be bringing in appraisals for other parts of these projects at a later date.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the amount of $5,550.
Second?
Second by Jim Benash. Discussion on that motion.
If I may, just kind of, this is for city sidewalks, or?
This project is for the repaving of Riders Club Road, and the next one is for the repaving of Braun and PH. Through a grant submittal process, we received funding for repaving and new base installation. As part of that federal funding, we have to go through and redo any ADA compliance issues, and the handicap ramps, the street corners at these locations were installed a number of years ago before current standards of the detectable warning field, the dome that you see in the corner. So all the street corners are getting replaced, and also there's spot sidewalk replacement where there's deficiencies or issues. So with the federal funding, we have to maintain a temporary easement behind that area with a written document, so that's the reason for the offers and the negotiations with the residents. Normally on city projects, we go in and do the work and distribute letters and inform them what we're doing. We don't go through such a formal process. Because of the funding we're receiving, it's a very step-by-step process, have to follow eminent domain procedures and everything, so.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second, Jim Nash. Under discussion, have the neighbors been informed yet?
They just got their actually, that's what the individual was here for earlier. The letters just went out last week.
Okay. No reason they say that, just a brief history, that it's going to happen again. That whole section back there needed something for quite a few years. It probably, what was it, maybe 15 years ago? Was it that long? We redid PH.
Yep.
And of course, that's why people go by out there and go, how come all those bump outs are up? There is a very terrible war going on out there with the state at that time. That was one of the resolves to get the project done. And having done that, then everyone back in Mayfair, all of their streets looked like they had been through World War II. So finally got around to doing that. We bid that out for a period of 3 years, a third, and put what we thought was the right amount of money, and oil prices went up. And I think the cost eventually cost us 3 times. The point of getting at is you may hear from some of the neighbors again. So maybe next month. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And then I believe we're on number 18, which is pay estimates, Strand Associates, Short, Elliott, Hendrickson.
I think we missed 17 for Broad Street.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah, I apologize, I jumped ahead of my comments. With that said, review and consideration of nominal payments for a temporary limited easement for Brown Street and PH project number 5991-02-53.
It's our recommendation to go forward with the $2,250 of the nominal payments as listed on the nominal payment parcel report.
Okay, move to approve.
Second?
Second by Jim Benash. Under discussion, anything at all? If not, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 18 is pay estimates, Strand Associates, Short, Elliott, Hendrickson, Timber Sellers, and Land Specialists, and any other contractor developed. I move to approve the estimates recommended on March 7, 2017. Document in your packet.
Second?
Second by Jim Benash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. I make a motion to adjourn at time 6:05 p.m.
Second.
Second by Jim Benash. Discussion. Hearing none, all in that favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We're adjourned. Thank you.